Hey guys, Seton HVAC here. Today's video is just going to be a quick little flaring tutorial. Basically, I went out on a Mitsubishi and made some flaring connections, some splices, hooked up a branch box, hooked up a heat pump. Kind of show you some of the tools and how they work, how I do it, the brands that I like to use. So yeah, enjoy a Sunday video. Good morning, guys. It's Seton HVAC here. It is Sunday, July 7th, 2024. I went ahead and switched my Saturday project for today. This is hooking up those Mitsubishi mini splits down in Sun River, Oregon. You know, I really got to quit taking on these jobs that are a long ways away. I dread these drives. You know, you guys that live in the big city would probably laugh at me, but you know, at least it's Sunday and there's not much traffic, you know, so I don't mind doing it. It's just I like jobs closer to home. What can I say? Puts less wear and tear on my truck and less stress driving on the roads. But hey, it's a beautiful sunny day. And it's going to be, low triple digits today through at least Tuesday or Wednesday is what they're saying. And then it's going to cool off down to mid to upper 90s. So, you know, we'll have to get the sport jacket out. It's going to get cold. So, yeah, we're rocking and rolling. Summertime, boy. There's been some fires that have been flaring up around. There was actually one in town here in Redmond last night that almost got out of hand. They got it contained. I think it got up to about 250 to 300 acres. But you know, guys are still shooting. Guys and girls are still shooting fireworks off, and we have critical fire conditions here. You know, warm temperatures, very, very low humidities, windy. You know, all the ingredients are there. So I expect it to get real smoky around here, which is gonna, you know, make my phone really ring, because some people can live without air conditioning around here, but you know, because they can crack their windows open. But when it gets smoky, you gotta seal your house up, and you still gotta stay cool. So it makes the phone start ringing, because people are really worried about the smoke around here, and they're, you know, sensitive to it. So I'm gonna head down to this job tomorrow. I got that 2-zone Mitsubishi out on Crooked River Ranch starting, and then I got another 3-zone system that is in Bend, Oregon. So look forward to getting content on those, and I'll try to get you some good content today about how to flare and how to put together these mini split systems. So I will talk to you soon. Okay guys, so we're here on site. If you look here, he's got nice cellulose filled walls. Like I said, this is the job where he did all the duct work himself. I mean, it's very nice work that he did. It's all rigid duct. He sealed it up all nice. He's only got little flex runs at the end. These are 2 concealed ducted units. I'll get you better pictures of the stuff. I just have splices here for the refrigerant lines that they got to put on each of these. These are the PEAD ducted units. So yeah, let's walk over to the other one. So here's where my connections need to be made. So I have these lines he roughed in here that are kind of just tucked over there. I have to bend those around and flare those in there. And if you come over here, we have splice number 2. So he's going to put access panels there. So it's not a big deal. We're going to flare it, and then he's just going to have a panel that'll come off if there's ever a potential future issue with the flare. And let's walk over to the other concealed ducted unit, another PEAD. I believe they're 3-ton units, 5/8, 3/8 lines. So if you look over here, he's got those lines roughed in right there. And then my connections are right there. So I just got to cut and bend and flare those in. And then we're going to go over to the last part of this. As you can see, he did a really nice job on this house. He did everything himself. So all his own plumbing, electrical, etc. And then we have our branch box there. So we got to tie our 5/8 3/8 from the outdoor unit there, and then if I can get there, that's where our two PEAD units are going to go in there, and then the wiring and everything. But I'm only going to do the flaring today and get everything on pressure test. So let's walk out here. So he's got his lines there. The heat pump's just on the other side of this wall. So he's got his lines roughed down there. We're going to come through, and then I'll show you the outdoor unit once I make it out there. I'm going to get flaring. Okay, so these lines were over there, and there was about 8 feet he had tucked over there. So I got them cut and moved over. So let's do some assembly. Okay, so we got our little Black Max flaring block, our Nylog Blue Goop and Schmear, and our Black Max torque wrench. This is basically what you need to make these flares up. I have a reamer for these. I just got to grab it, but always ream it out first too if you can. If it's pointing up, don't ream it because you'll get the all the crap inside of the pipe. So yeah, let's get started. All right, let me show you what we got here, guys. So this is your flaring block. So it's got different holes for each size of your copper, and then it's got a little stop on it here. So what you do is you slide your copper in that way, and then that closes, and then this is your little stop here. That's as far as you want to push the copper through. Then you slide your stop out of the way, and then you move the flaring tool down to on top of the pipe. Tighten it down with this handle here, and then just go down until it clicks. Once it clicks, release it, open it back up, and you have a good flare. So what we have here is our lines prepped. I have them cut. I have my flares on there. I'm going to make the flares up and connect this guy. All right, next step, Nylog Blue right here. So I have my flares made up right there, all ready to go. You want to put a small drop of this on the back side of your flare there, and just one little drop on each of the threads. And then we have to torque them down to specs. Let's go see what that is. Okay, so I'm referencing the branch box instructions, but the torquing will be the same. So what we want to do is look for our size of pipe. So our 5/8 is going to be 68 to 82. So I like to go on the lower end, so we'll probably do 72. And then for our 3/8, we're looking at 34 to 42, so we'll go probably about 36. So 72 and 36. Okay guys, I want you to let you know I didn't over tighten those, so I was not paying attention to my my numbers there. So we want to be foot-pounds. I was doing whatever that other number is. So on our 3/8, you know, I usually have a preset in my torque wrench for 32, so that's what I put it at. And then for my 5/8, you know, that's probably way high, so I'm going to be somewhere in there. So I'll probably just do, I got a preset of 57 is what I normally do for them. So I'll do 57 and 57 around 32. So I'm going to be in between those two. So yeah, 57, 32. Now that we got it, let's do it. Okay, we're all connected. Torqued to manufacturer specs. Drop of Nylog on each fitting. Should not be a leaker. Let's go on to the next one. So we're back over at this one now. So you got your 5/8 here and your 3/8 there. We're just going to cut this to fit. I might have to use my tubing benders possibly if it's too tight. Let's make this up. All right, change of plans on this one. He doesn't have the double male splicers to go in between to make this connection, so I'm just going to go ahead and braze it. I'm going to get nitro hooked up on the branch box side of this run, so I'm flowing nitro while I braze this in. So that's fine. Then he doesn't have to put an access panel here. We'll have a nice solid connection. I'm going to get it under test today. So okay, we got the pipes all bent up into place. Now it's time to go get our trusty spin tool, make our connections. All right, we got them swedged and connected. Let me show you how that works. So it basically just makes the outside dimension a little wider than the pipe it's going into. Never had to buy a fitting in 10 years. So let's get that put back together and let's get this brazed up. All right, just went shut the nitro back off. We have brazed joints. Let's move on to the next one. This one's going to be a little tricky because it is tied up in there. Just getting my wrenches and stuff, so this one might take a bit. All right, that one's in there. A lot of cussing off camera, but I got her in there. It was a tight one. A lot tighter than what this video shows. Let's move on to the branch box. Okay, all of our connections on the branch box are 5/8, 3/8, and I think what they give you is no, hold on, I said that wrong. Our 3/8 quarter, and we have to go up to 5/8, 3/8. So I got these 4 adapters. Let's make this branch box up. All right, we got all of our branch box connections all done here. Took a little bit of doing just with the adapters and switching the wrenches around, you know, adjusting the wrenches and switching my my torque wrench about 50 times. So let's move on to the last splice. So here's the heat pump, guys. So that last splice is coming right through that that outlet there. So I think I'm going to do is come underneath the unit, and there's a knockout underneath. The connections are like up here in the unit, so it'll come down and over. Make it as clean as we can. Let's go do that last splice. It's warm out here, so I'm going to get this done, get it on pressure, and not do anything else today. It's Sunday, for crying out loud. Okay, I can't do this with one hand. You get the gist of this. There we are, all swaged and put together just like the other side. Time to braze. There we are, just like the other side. Let's go turn the nitro off, and we'll head outside in the bright sun, hot sun, and finish her up. Okay, so we're out here at the heat pump. You can see my line pull through. The other side of the wall is where that braze was that I just did, that connection. So what we're going to do is come up as high as we can under the unit, and then it gives you this knockout here. I'm just going to grab my hole saw and drill a hole through there, and we'll pull her up and get her flared right there. Throw some nitrogen in it, and we'll be good. Nice unit. What is this one? This is a, get my shadow out of the way. MXZ SM4 2NAMHZ. And he's applying, what is he applying to this? I'll have to look. But yeah, it's a 3.5 ton unit. So hopefully, hopefully it didn't get screwed up here. All right, guys, I got her on test. She is, I'm just going to leave her right there at 329.8. I'm going to take my gauges off and cap it. So if I'm over 300, I'm not coming back till Wednesday. If I'm over 300, then I should be fine. So you know, and then I'll
I'll hook a pressure gauge up to it for a little bit when I come back Wednesday, just to make sure we're still good. But I'm pretty confident in my flares. They're pretty solid, and I know the brazes are solid. So Super Tech diffusion time. That'll get all cleaned up and strapped up nice. This is rough in stage. I'll make all that look good. So yeah, put a wrap on this Sunday, and come back Wednesday, do communication wiring, drains, cleaning this stuff up real nice and pretty. Homeowner's going to get his electrical in for me before I come back, and on Wednesday this guy will be running. Okay, I'll put back together now. I just wanted to, this is what I was talking about with cleaning this up. So the way I got this line kind of cattywampus, like I said, rough in stage. I will come back here on Wednesday, clamp it up all nice, and then I'm probably going to take that that nice outdoor wrap stuff they make for this and make it look nice and protected, because even this PDM or JMF insulation will erode over time. So that's a wrap on that. Yeah, it's your smart multi 42. So what he did is the 30 and a 24 in there. So he applied 54,000 BTUs to this 42. So, you know, they won't both get full capacity all the time, but this house is so tight, it's going to be fine. And I'm sure it'll work great for him. All right, pulling out of here. This guy lives in a really beautiful area. Lots of huge ponderosa pine trees, lots of woods, wilderness, deer, wildlife, etc. I have that around my house too, but mine, you know, I'm a little more up in the deserty part of Central Oregon. He's more up in the foothills of the mountains of the Cascade Mountains here in Oregon. So real nice property. To summarize that one, so what you saw me do was all I've done on that job. So all the equipment setting, all the duct work, any of the roughing in of any of the refrigerant lines, the communication cables, all of that was done by the homeowner, which, you know, he did a very nice job on it. I know a lot of HVAC, so-called HVAC guys that couldn't do that good of a job. So hold on a second here. I gotta make sure I don't make a wrong turn. I will be back. Okay, I got turned around. I was going the wrong direction. So anyway, yeah, to summarize that, he did all the own rough in, did a really nice job, as I've stressed before. And you know, a lot of HVAC guys can't do that. So, you know, I got him all flared in today. I had to do a couple brace joints. I flowed nitrogen while I did it. I've done that on mini splits before, and I haven't had any issues. So yeah, it's all done. I'm gonna clean it all up all nice, do all the wiring, you know, like I would on a new install when I go back Wednesday. And I'm sure she's gonna run well. Those Mitsubishis always do. Had very, very minimal issues with them. I used to install the Bosch mini splits, and I started to have issues. And before that, I did Samsung, and I don't even want to talk about the issues I had with those suckers. I mean, holy moly! So yeah, it's a wrap on a Sunday. You know, it's about 1 o'clock. So I worked. Well, I left home about 7, so I worked about 6. I still got another hour drive home. So, you know, 7-hour day on a Sunday, that's normal stuff, being an HVAC contractor. No rest, ever. I get to go home and probably wrangle around a little 4-year-old. So, life is good, though. You know, normally I wouldn't take on a job like this where I'm hooking things up, you know, picking up the scraps of a homeowner, but he's a nice guy. He's going to pay me my full hourly rate. You know, he did a nice job anyway. I mentioned a couple things to him that I would have done differently that would make things go smoother. So in closing, guys, yeah, my phone overheated in the truck, so I had to stop while I was driving. I'm in my air-conditioned shop now. So in closing, I just wanted to let you know how much I like this setup. Other guys will want to get the machines, the motorized stuff like Navac makes. I like these Black Max tools. I love this torque wrench. It works very well. I have very minimal leaks. I think I've had one leak in the last 5 years on my flares. The Black Max flaring block works great. It's got the guard on it so you can't mess it up on your depth of your flare. Always put a drop of nylog on the back of your flare and on the threads. You know, I like the Lennox cutters, but any cutters will work. Just take your time and work it really slow, and you'll get a good cut there. And then the only thing I'm missing here is the deburring tool. It fell in the back of my truck somewhere, but always deburr your ends if you can. Make sure they're pointed down so the shavings don't go inside of the pipe, and you'll end up with good flares that will not leak on you. And you know, I just made this one as I just showed you. It makes good flares. Pipe's a little rough. It was rolling around the back of my truck, but you get the hint. And then if you pull the nut up here, you can see, I mean, that's going to seal up nice. A little bit of nylog, you're good to go. So thanks for watching my information on flaring today. And if there's anything else you want to see, I'm happy to post anything that you haven't seen on YouTube or the internet to help you out with your daily HVAC chores. Thank you.